Hello, my name is Starr Fuentes, and welcome to Tantra Talk. Tantra is about the spiritual and the physical coming together. All of us seek so many things to educate us about spirit, about spirituality, how to work with spiritual energies. Sometimes the physical plane is ignored. And after being spiritual for a long period of time, we look at manifestation, which is bringing spiritual energy to the physical plane and making it manifest. Tantra is the dance between spirit and body. It is oil and vinegar, salt and pepper, so different, the male and female. Yet, when combined correctly, when combined with synchronicity, the taste, the flavor, the impact is miraculous. Tantra has been around for thousands and thousands of years. Here in the United States, more or less, we look at Tantra, the first thing everybody thinks of is sex. Yay, sex. And Tantra's component is sex, yet it's not all the components. It's conscientious sex. How can you learn Tantra? How do you teach your ear to see? How do you teach a heart to look? How do you teach two people to come together where no walls, no barriers are between them? Can my heart see you, feel you? Can my ears look at you? Can my five senses go into a spiritual realm where it is one big sphere of awareness? Tantra is practice. It is practice of breathing. It is practice of relationship. And we start practicing relationship from the moment we're a baby. We use all sorts of mechanisms, crying, yelling, to get fed love from our mother, to get our diaper changed. And as we grow up, we create all these mirrors and movies and magic that's really not magic in our head, that supposedly protects us, that keeps us safe from pain. But when you cover yourself up, nothing gets in and nothing gets out. So Tantra is peeling away like an onion, a level after level of all those protections you put up, of all the expectations you have, and coming into a conscious connection with God, Source, your higher power, conscious connection with your body, and most importantly, a conscious connection in your loving relationship. How can we be conscious when we don't want to practice breathing? Oh, breathing, I've been doing it all my life, people tell me. When we don't want to see, feel, let my hands see your heart. Let my body see your heart. Let my soul see your heart. Let me feel your heart, smell your heart, know your heart. When we are taught here in the United States that we come together, and we come together for few things and not for the consciousness of being totally together. Many years ago, when I was in a tantric ashram, long, long time ago. I'm 79 years old, so I think it's like way, way back there in the 70s, a long time ago. The teacher said to me, your relationship with God is the same as your relationship with your partner. And I was like, oh, but I pray and I do this with God and I do this with spirit and blah, 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 blah. And the teacher just looked at me and he said, Starr, your relationship with God is your same relationship you have with your significant other. And if you don't have a significant other, it's with your higher self. I'm thinking, higher self? What's higher self? But through the years, I learned a little bit more about what my higher self and my lower self was. Developed workbooks and programs on that. And I want to talk to you today about the importance of educating yourself to be spiritually conscious and to be physically conscious. People say to me, on a scale of 1 to 10, I make love, I'm a 9. And I said, well, are you conscious of Genmo? Are you conscious of the clock? Are you conscious of this tantric point, that tantric point? And they're like, no, nobody taught me that. I go, well, where did you learn sex? Oh, in the back seat of my father's Chevy. But really, how much time have we spent thinking about sex, thinking about making love, and how much time have you spent educating yourself on making love? Being energetically, physically, mentally, and spiritually conscious in your relationships. They fight here that the school systems, some school systems won't even allow sexual education. As a spiritual being, as a person who is a light worker, I think that I should know all the things that make me work, the mechanics of my body, the mechanics of eating, nutrition, the mechanics of thinking, the mechanics of emotions, the mechanics of sex, love. What happens? What happens when I'm in a relationship and there's no spirit? What happens to that relationship? What happens to a relationship where there's love and there's no sex? What happens where there's uneducated sex and love? Tantra is an art that's older than some of our physical lineages. It has been around and around. It is taught softly. It is taught loudly. Open up your heart. Open up your consciousness. Open up your mind. Learn about breathing with someone. Learn about using your senses in every way possible with someone. Learn how the bodies work together or don't work at all, or one works harder than the other, to create that cosmic, profound connection. You want a soulmate? I want a soulmate, the women tell me, but they're not really willing to work on learning about sex. They're willing to learn about spirituality. There are many things that we have to accomplish in this life. We have 7 chakras. One of my teachers said, use them proportionally. And I'm like, oh my God, if I'm supposed to use my first and second chakra as much as I use my heart and my third eye, I'm not living my life right, appropriately. I thought about it, prayed about it, learned about it, wrote classes about it. And yes, that philosophy can work. And yes, you can work it. But I'm going to tell you this. In my personal experience, if you are not connected to your partner in 4 or more chakras, you fall out of love. You love I love him. I've been with him for 30 years and we're sleeping in separate bedrooms. I just couldn't live without him. But the magic, that intimate relationship, poof, gone. Where? I was tired. We both worked 2 jobs, and then we talked to other couples who were 70 some years old and still making love 2 or 3 times a week, using Tantra, not using Tantra. How do you let yourself get in your own way of feeling love, of your body and soul and somebody else's body and soul come together? Are you just okay with whatever you learned in your teenage years about sex? And maybe something you read in Cosmopolitan, please don't forget that. Do you have the time and the space for your significant other, for your lover to be with you spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically? Or we can just pretend. We can sit at the breakfast table and you read the Wall Street Journal and I'll read the comics, the astrology section, and we don't even talk to each other in restaurants either. One of the greatest things, one of our biggest treasures we have is love. It doesn't cost us anything to give, except maybe our patterns, except maybe taking some levels of protection away. It is the greatest treasure you have to give. And it's so easily given to strangers, so easily given to our children. But when it comes to our mate, who reflects back to us the promises we don't keep, when we stray from being who we are, we hold that love back. She said, he said, I can't. Psychic battles going on. Oh, I'm not going to do anything, make love to him ever again till he tells me I'm sorry, but he doesn't even know what you need to be sorry about. The games we play. Tantra teaches you how to be with yourself, which is one of the most important things we need to know. When we are complete in ourselves, we then have something to give to others. And how to be with someone else. Women tell me, I'm scared. I'm scared, Starr. Last time I loved, he tore my heart into a million pieces. He left me, hurt me, and I'll never love again. Where's my mate? And they have just told their body, they've just told their spirit guides, I will never love again. It hurts too much. And their mind turns around and goes, where's my mate? Tantra is an education of exercises of breathing, of exercises of being together, of education about the body, how the energies cycle and form pools when you're with someone else, when you're with your mate, how to build these pools, how to spend time making love. Oh my. Oh, love that lasts for 2, 3, 4 hours. Yes. Yes. And is it breathing together? Yes. Is it making love? Yes. Is it truly being with your partner? All of these To educate yourself in Tantra is to be totally aware of who and what you are, how you act and react, and to be totally aware on the material plane and spiritual plane who your partner is. Is it about the outside, the looks, the smells, the candle, the music burning? Yes. But the big part is that energetic taste of each other, the flow of the oceans of waves between you and your partner, the moon tides, the sun glowing. Tantra is an education. Tantra is a tradition. Take a deep breath. I strongly suggest that you do a little bit of research, that you find out what Tantra really is, and not just what somebody says here in one of those flashy books in the United States. But find out what a great yoga it is, and educate yourself somewhat about Tantra. For you will love deeper, you will be deeper. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. I will be teaching, and here's the commercial. I will be teaching a tantric workshop on March 15th through the 21st in Hot Springs. I will also be teaching at the Spring Summit. The Light Language Conference is in June 15th through the 17th, and Dimensional Mastery is September 6th to October 7th in Gulf Shores. Please find someone to talk to. Find a teacher who will talk to you. Books are wonderful in many, many aspects, but the most important teachings you can have are downloads and caught teachings. Thank you.